Hacksaw Ridge is a World War II movie directed by Mel Gibson and starring Andrew Garfield. And boy, it's been quite a while since Mel Gibson made a movie, or directed one at least. Since 2006 with Apocalypto. It's a shame. And he sure is a great director, and this movie proves it once again. And this is one of the best war movies in quite a long time. The last good one that we got, in my opinion, was Fury, probably, and these two movies are kind of similar. They're both brutal war flicks, but this one also has a really great message that I did appreciate quite a lot. And the movie is about Desmond Doss. He was a conscience objector who during World War II refused to pick up a gun, but he still enlisted in the army, and he went on to fight the Japanese alongside other US soldiers. And the movie is split into two clear parts. The first half is the early life of Desmond, some of his family dynamics, knowing the love of his life and going to boot camp. And then the second half takes place in Hacksaw Ridge, this ridge that the soldiers have to conquer against the Japanese. And boy, the first half was solid, very solid in setting up the characters, setting up the motivations, why he doesn't want to pick up a gun, and also how the other characters interacted with him, because they interacted realistically. And I did like that, and I was surprised with seeing a couple of familiar faces. I did not know that Sam Worthington was in the movie, and he's pretty solid in here, as was Vince Vaughn. Yeah, he can be a good actor if he wants. Then we also have Hugo Weaving, who plays the dad, and Teresa Palmer, who plays the fiancé, and they do a solid job in this movie as well in the first half. And then the second half is the actual war movie, and things get brutal. If you're squeamish, if you don't like violence, it's almost entirely action, the second half of this movie. And it's unforgiving. It goes on for quite a long time. It's like the opening of Saving Private Ryan cranked up to 11 for almost an entire hour. So yeah, I liked it. I liked it very much. And I like war movies that depict horrific violent acts, but not in an exploitative way, even though here it's pretty graphic and in your face. I still think that it works because, in my opinion, hearing about what happens during wars and then actually more or less seeing what those veterans, what those soldiers went through, it changes your perspective, because one thing is saying, well, 10,000 people died there, okay, 10,000 people died, it's just a number. But seeing those actors, seeing these people reenact those moments, you actually start thinking about the meaninglessness, how meaningless war is, and it's brutal, and it worked perfectly. And this is one of the best World War II movies we've got in quite some time, and they have changed in terms of how they are approached. It's not one of the best World War II movies in general, because they were pretty different back in the day. They were more about the drama behind the scenes, behind the trenches, and in this modern era we are more about the actual action, showing the graphic violence, like in Saving Private Ryan, like in Fury, and in other war movies. And this one is pretty darn solid. It got emotional in a couple of moments. I do like the old religious angle. It's played in a very serious way. It's not just for some reason there. It actually makes sense, and Mel Gibson is a pretty religious guy, so it worked out pretty well in this movie. And I love the sound design, I love the practical effects, which is weird to say. It looked disgusting in the best possible way. And the actors all did an excellent job in this movie. And honestly, it's a shame that not all that many people actually went to see it. It's still out in theaters if you want to in the US. Definitely go watch it if you can. It's a ton of fun. Kind of fun. It's weird. It's a solid ass World War II movie. Brutal, violent. It doesn't feel like 2 hours long. It feels actually kind of shorter. And it's one of the best movies of the year. Yeah, in my opinion. If you don't like graphic violence in movies, kind of in an exploitative way, some may find it, don't watch this, you're going to hate yourself for it. But otherwise, definitely go watch it. It's a very solid movie. But so guys, have you seen Hacksaw Ridge? Do you want to see it? Tell me in the comments below. Thanks guys for watching, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.